Mark Hay. I'm the owner of the Comic Asylum.
Hi, I'm Jubei. I manage Comic Asylum here in Richardson, Texas.
My name is Eduardo. Oh, that's you. My name is Bob Westbrook.
Well, I went to college, got a BBA, worked in the corporate world for 11 years, got tired of supervising people, sucked the soul out of me, so saw an opportunity to leave there and open up a comic shop. So I knew a guy who had a shop that he was pretty much going to close over here, and so I ended up buying it from him. And then we were in a Garland for 6 years, and then moved over in this location in Richardson. We've been here 2.5 years.
I got started here in 2000, back when it was called Big World, different store. I started here to work for maybe a year just to get away from the real world, because that sucks. And I kind of just stuck with it. I've always collected comic books since I was a kid. So when the store sold, this new Mark bought it and decided to keep me on, and I decided to stay. It pays my bills, and I like what I do. Unfortunately, I didn't like what I used to do.
What did you used to do?
I was a manager for Young Chevrolet for their new car department and their make-ready, getting the new vehicles ready for sale.
Oh, okay.
And as they say, the stuff rolls downhill, and I was at the bottom of the hill.
Mark was looking for help, and a young man who tabletop gamed with me here was joining the Army, and he asked him, his name was Dale Silver, you know Dale.
I think so.
He went into the Army. Anyway, he asked Mark, and I pushed Dale out of the way, said, nope, I'll take it. Mark thought about it for a second and said, okay, we'll give it a try. And been doing that ever since. I think it was 4.5, 5 years ago now. Oh, I guess it is getting on 5 years. Wow, makes me old.
Oh, that makes you?
That makes me old. Dealing with these folks will make you tired.
Well, the good part is being the owner. I get to set my own schedule essentially, so I can be here as little or as much as I need to be. The downside to that is generally when I'm here, things go better, and customers like to be able to see the owner and interact with me, and I do most of the buying. So it helps when I'm here a lot, and I am here a lot. Some of the other pros, I mean, it's kind of a family in a way. You get close to some customers. You also, being a games shop, a lot of people hang out here, and sometimes that's good, and other times it's like babysitting. So, but overall, it's a pretty cool, fun atmosphere, so that's definitely a pro.
As anything, you can cut up more here. So I probably wouldn't be the way I was today if I worked somewhere else. There's so much things you can get away with. Having fun with customers. Customers aren't uptight when they come in. This is usually a relaxed environment. So it's good. You see people come and go throughout the years. And it's just meeting good people. The downside of working at the comic book shop is if you're a gamer, you stop gaming. That's it. When you're at work, you're here, and then when I go home, I don't want to game. I've been here all day. I'm ready to go home, not do anything that has to deal with work. That's the downside.
What's the trouble?
It's got to be one of the coolest things to say people whom are gamers or nerds or whatever you want to call it. It's like, hey, I work at a comic shop. Oh, that's got to be the greatest job ever. Downside is you don't ever get to play anymore. Because by the time you're done with a 9-hour shift, you're ready to go home. You don't want to play your game that got you to the hobby shop to begin with. So there's this large collection gathering dust on a shelf that you don't get to play with very much. That's the downside.
So you just get to stare at it and see, ooh, that's shiny.
Shiny. Sit still, buddy. I'll get to you one day. Pretty much, that's the downside. Don't get to play as much as you want to. Friday's geared towards the Magic the Gathering crowd, which has about 40 people come in. And like typical gamers, they come all strolling in at 6:45 expecting to pick up a lot of stuff in a very short amount of time in a line of people already trying to do the same thing. So it's just always hectic from 6:30 to about 7, and then it evens out over the rest of the night. We have about 40 gamers in the game room playing cards, and usually a few tabletop gamers as well.
So do you, in other words, feel like a bartender behind the counter trying to help, like...
Yeah, Friday nights it is. That's a pretty good analogy. It gets really, really busy. You got to think fast, go fast. I take that back. You don't think fast, you just got to go fast and to get the people worked in and worked out.